He was the arch villain of the Me Too movement, and now, against all odds, Harvey Weinstein is back. The 72-year-old was rolled into court in a wheelchair today for a hearing where Manhattan prosecutors announced they would retry the former movie titan on charges of sex crimes. The decision follows an appeals court ruling last week that overturned Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction in New York. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg showed up in court today as well, his office saying it would be ready for a new trial by fall, after an appeals court said too much testimony was allowed in the first trial from women who weren't actually part of the case. Weinstein's lawyer said they would be ready as well, and that Weinstein continues to maintain his innocence. Arthur Aidala says they were looking forward to a new judge on the case as well.
The most obvious difference is the judge that we're before. Judge Curtis Farber clearly is the consummate professional. We want a judge who will make legal rulings according to the law, not making legal rulings according to opinion polls or popularity contests.
Well, dozens of women have made allegations against Weinstein. His 2020 conviction involved just two women, Jessica Mann, an aspiring actress, and Mimi Halle, a former production assistant. Mann was in court for the hearing today. She told our own Rich McHugh exclusively that testifying in the first trial was hell, but she has no fear of testifying again. And cooperation from those two could prove critical in the retrial, especially since testimony from other accusers was such an issue in the first trial, causing it to be overturned. Joining us now is Lori Sivan, a Weinstein accuser and former news anchor who accused the movie mogul of committing a vile sexual act in front of her in 2007. Good to have you on the show. I want to get your reaction to the pledge today from District Attorney Alvin Bragg to retry this case a second time in the fall.
Well, I wish we didn't have to be here. I wish it wasn't overturned in the first place. I can't imagine how horrific this must be to Mimi and Jessica, who, your Rich McHugh spoke to, and he spoke to many of us about our feelings on this. We're sickened and we're heartbroken that we have to go through this all over again.
Yeah, the appeals court threw out the conviction because so many other women who weren't part of the case were allowed to tell their stories of Weinstein's conduct, basically to establish a consistent pattern over many decades of bad behavior. You submitted an affidavit for both his New York and Los Angeles trials. Can you, keeping it, not in the X-rated category, can you tell us what happened? What did he do to you?
Well, look, I was one of many women that spoke out against him. My situation was a lot different than some of the other women. I wasn't an actress. I didn't have any kind of meeting scheduled with him. I literally ran into him as a stranger in a restaurant in New York City in 2007. And long story short, he exposed himself to me. He, did what he did in front of me.
He masturbated.
I didn't know what it was.
You can say that.
On TV. Yeah, he masturbated in front of me. I got away, and luckily for me, I didn't really have any other repercussions besides just having to witness that terrible act. I will go back to the beginning of your question. This was a procedural move by the, Justice Department to overturn this case because there were too many witnesses coming forward with stories of his bad behavior and criminal acts. There are over 100 of us that came out with stories like this. And there were too many that were accepted in court to paint him as the person that he really is. There was a lot riding on these poor women's shoulders, those two women that you spoke with earlier. It's crazy that because he, raped so many women, we couldn't pick and choose which ones to include in court and which we couldn't.
Well, a lot of those cases were past the statute of limitations in many cases, but Weinstein's lawyer also plans to challenge the Los Angeles conviction. Are you worried that one could also be overturned?
Absolutely. We're all very worried that there's a potential for that. I will say that in California, I'm not a lawyer, but my legal understanding is prior bad acts witnesses were permitted in the court, which is why many of us were deposed and gave depositions. But this is really scary.
Yeah.
And, yes, he's old, and yes, he may die in jail, but God forbid he is let out of jail. This is a man who has sought revenge before in many different ways. And
yes.
A lot of the women that spoke out against him are very scared for good reason that he might do so again.
Laura Sivan, thank you so much for joining us. Stay in touch. This will be obviously, there's a lot going on both in the Los Angeles legal system and in the New York legal system with an unprecedented second trial to start this fall. Really appreciate you coming. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.